I can just envisage what the stories are. KKD will be on the front page. Lots of them. Yeah, KKD 2, KKD 3, KKD 0.
No, but his face is not there, but the story
Okay,
is there.
KKD 4.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Shouldn't he
KKD
be
5.
charging the newspapers and all the media houses for using his picture?
You see.
Okay, so I've got the
Copyrights.
Daily Graphic newspaper. What is making headline? You know that definitely KKD is featured. So KKD is charged with his walking stick. Is he smiling or not? But he's changed, hasn't he? Yeah, I think so. You know, that was what took him to the hospital. Remember, he was admitted for a number of days. Okay, so anti-corruption drive, massive fraud exposed, bust officials, BDCs cited. That comes with a picture of the Minister of Petroleum, Emmanuel Amakofibua. But just a bit of it for you on page 3. It says that a comprehensive audit report on the bulk oil storage and transportation company from 2006 has revealed massive corruption involving past and present officials of the company. The report prepared by Ernst & Young, a renowned international accounting firm, and made exclusively available to the Daily Graphic, exposed endemic corruption occasioned by collusion among senior bust officials, some of whom still hold sensitive positions at the various departments, and officials of 16 bulk oil distribution companies. This is one that is very detailed. You can read the rest of it. We'll see how the story goes. Also, ruling on Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire maritime boundary dispute Saturday. So the big ruling is on Saturday. We'll see if it's in our favor or in Cote d'Ivoire's favor. But if it doesn't go away, you know the implications, it will be massive. So we're praying. Back page of the Daily Graphic, 6 women sent to Gambaga witches camp. Efforts to abolish witches camp stalls. So the story says that 6 women accused of witchcraft were sent to the Gambaga witches camp in the northern region last month, despite the efforts to abolish such practices. Questioning of who determines who is a witch, how do you know somebody is a witch, all that coming up, but we're still doing this. DDT woman remanded. The woman accused of administering DDT to her 1.5-year-old baby through the anus, leading to his death in a place near Amasaman, has been remanded by the Amasaman Magistrate Court. So that story also going on strong there. That's it for the Daily Graphic. Roland, what have you got?
Front page, KKD, freed. KKD, Daily Guide, freed.
For now.
KKD. All right. So we have, he's sandwiching his brother and father, and I like this man, the father, always standing by the son.
He's got swag.
Yes, he's got
But
swag.
that's a good family. They never leave you. It doesn't matter what you're involved in.
And I love it. I love the camaraderie and the sense of unison or unity in the family. Good luck to you, KKD. Increase HFC share price. We also have workers petition CJ over bias judge, and that story is on page 2 of the paper. And those are the stories we have on the front page. But we have News One on the center spread. You have Fifi Banson quits Peace FM, and in the story there are speculations that he may be joining EI Group. That's the EI Media Group. That includes the new one, Kasapa FM. We have Star FM, etc. as well. You also have Vanessa John at Radio to Career, and we have a lot more stories in the paper, the Daily Guide. Okay.
All right, I have the Ghanaian Times newspaper, front page of the Ghanaian Times. Ghana's case in boundary dispute with Cote d'Ivoire or Ivory Coast strong. Firemen accused of extortion in Cape Coast, and KKD is a free man now. I guess this is the appropriate way to put it, because the case is not entirely over, except that the state prosecutors have said if the victim wants to come out and give details or, you know, be a witness, then they can go ahead and prosecute again. And we're told that this case can never die. So as and when the alleged victim wants to come forward, the case will be resurrected again. So for now, he's a free man. Also, Northern SHS's defy GES order to reopen schools. That story on page 17, and it says that headmasters of public senior high schools in the 3 northern regions have defied the directives of the Director General of the Ghana Education Service to them to reopen schools because feeding grants for students have been released into the accounts of the various schools. A visit to some SHSs in the Upper East and West regions by regional correspondents revealed that students were still at home because the feeding grants had not hit the account of schools. This, I don't know, I'll be on the side of the schools really, because until they see the money, what's the point in going back to school? You make promises, GS, you make a lot of promises, but let them see the physical money, then they can reopen. We don't want our children to go back to school and not have good food to eat. Back page of the Times, the Community Water and Sanitation Agency is likely to run into financial difficulties due to the awarding of grants and donor support for its operations. Also, no illiterates will henceforth be issued with driver's license by the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority to drive either private or commercial vehicle in the country. Personally, I wish them the very best, and I say this will be really, really hard to do. I'm not sure they have full control of their activities at the DVLA yet. I don't know how they'll do this one.
We'll see how that goes for them. Front page of the Chronicle, bring back Alawa. That's allowance in local parlance.
Hashtag bring back our Alawa.
Or Phase X, teacher trainees won Mahama. KKD free at last, and we have MPP bosses tear at each other. Those are the stories we have on the front page. On the back page, we have Olele talks tough ahead of Hearts Oli clash, and I know it's this weekend. We'll have details in sports, and Ayu Brothers face off in France this weekend as well. And Herbert is benefiting from my hard work, according to former head coach of Accra Folk, the dribbling magician Mohamed Polo.
All right, I've got the Today newspaper, front page of the Today newspaper. NSS coordinators accused of delaying 3 months allowance of service. That's a National Service Secretariat. Also, GN Bank partners SLTF to make payments of loans easy for students. That's it for the Today newspaper.
That's it for all the papers.
You've got showbiz.
Oh, showbiz. Okay.
I'm interested in that story, Selina's story.
Yeah. Front page of the showbiz says Stoneboy, Miss V in thank you concerts, and you have handsome and beautiful, all of them there. But the lady there is gospel songstress of the year. According to the story, pray a good husband for me.
Which means that she's not married. She wants all of us to pray for her,
yes,
so she gets a good husband.
This is how the story goes. After voting for her to win the Gospel Song of the Year at the recent awards, the VGMAs, fans of Selina Boateng are being asked to do one more favor for the Alpha and Omega singer to support and pray for her in her choice of husband. Okay, she has choices. Selina, whose single status has recently become an issue for discussion on her Facebook page, says she appreciates the concern of the many good Samaritans who have been advising her to settle down. And she told Showbiz on Tuesday that many of her followers on social media have continuously raised questions about her status, which in her view is a show of love, but she doesn't feel pressure and disturbed by the current concerns they seem to be raising. She's hitting 40 years. But she said she's still not married, but don't be worried. She has many choices. And incidentally, just by the story that we have, KKD is free to go.
What are you saying?
I'm not saying she's linked to KKD. All right, so those are the stories we have on the front page.
Okay, so now you know what the newspapers are reporting. If you're interested in any of the stories in detail, you can go to the newsstands and then just grab a copy of that paper. But coming up next is sports. You're still watching the AM show. If you have something you want to pass on to us, if you want to contribute to what we're doing, please visit our Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Joy News on TV.
Okay, so please, as always, as your contributions come in, we're going for a break. When we come back, we'll bring you details for us.